Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you from WKYT. It's a federal holiday today, Columbus Day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It is Monday, October 12th.
And now at 6:30, police make an arrest when an overnight argument in Nicholasville leads to gunfire.
We could learn new details about the case against a Southern Kentucky woman who police say kept a man's body in a freezer.
It is downright chilly outside this morning. We're in the 40s for a lot of locations, especially Monticello, London sitting there in the mid-40s, Frankfort coming in 49 degrees in Day Park Planner. We'll go from the mid to upper 40s to the 70s this afternoon. A very pleasant day in store, but then the rain moves in later on tonight. I'll get into hour-by-hour timing coming up in just a few minutes.
And here's the latest from WKYT News. Today, a woman will be in court. She was arrested last month in connection to a Pulaski County man's death.
Last month, sheriff's deputies found 68-year-old Gary Jenks stuffed in a freezer in his home. Jenks' girlfriend faces multiple charges, but not murder. WKYT's Hillary Thornton's at our live desk this morning to explain this.
Good morning. 51-year-old Teresa Owens is charged with abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence after police say she tried to dispose of her boyfriend's body by pouring lye and fertilizer over it. Investigators say they searched Jenks' home after his daughter reported him missing. That search led to his body being found inside of a freezer that his girlfriend was keeping in the living room of the home. Police say the victim's arms were tied with several pieces of string and the body was covered in lye and fertilizer. The coroner says Jenks likely died around September 5th, nearly 1 month before his body was found. Investigators have not determined if foul play was involved in the death or if the 68-year-old died of natural causes. Owens will be in court in Pulaski County later today for a preliminary hearing. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Thank you very much. New this morning, a Lexington man is in jail in Jessamine County, accused of firing shots during a fight. Nicholasville police have charged Eric Pearson with wanton endangerment. Police say he was visiting a woman at a home on Corchell Drive just before midnight last night when he got into an argument with her adult son. Pearson, who is from Lexington, reportedly grabbed a gun from his car and fired at least one shot into the ground.
The search continues this morning for the person who shot and killed a young man from Lexington. State police say they went to the Eagle Lake Convention Center in Anderson County after hearing several gunshots early Sunday morning. That's where they found 18-year-old DeMichael Bolton in the parking lot. He died at the scene. Hundreds of people were at the convention center for an after party. Earlier that night, Kentucky State University hosted a concert there as part of its homecoming weekend. A hiker fell to his death over the weekend at the Red River Gorge. A search and rescue crews say 30-year-old Michael Hacker from Goshen, Ohio, fell more than 200 feet. We're told a nurse found his body at the base of Chimney Top Rock. This deadly accident comes just days after crews rescued two young boys who went missing in the gorge for almost 20 hours.
The time this morning is 6:33, and family and friends are remembering a Boyle County man who was killed in a crash. Danville police say 30-year-old Ryan Kemp died in a wreck on Popplewell Lane near US 127. Kemp is originally from Logan County. He spent a lot of his time at A+ Comics in Lexington. And as a tribute to him, the store says that from now on, October will be known as Ryan Kemp Month. Funeral arrangements are still being worked out. New this morning, Richmond City Police make an arrest in connection to a fight that sent one person to the hospital. William Gross is charged with engaging in organized crime. Police say Gross was involved in a large fight that broke out last week on Ballard Drive. During the fight, one person was stabbed. Police are still looking for at least 3 other men who were there during the fight.
A race car driver was killed in a weekend crash at a Southern Kentucky track. It happened at the Mountain Motor Speedway in Letcher County. Police say one of the cars went off the track and hit a tree. The coroner says the driver, 61-year-old Willard Hicks, died at the hospital. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says a Kentucky woman has been charged with theft from an Obion County bank. Police say a former employee of Farmers Bank in Woodland Mills, 47-year-old April DeChote of Hickman, Kentucky, was indicted on one count of theft of more than $60,000. A vault audit at the bank in July showed cash was missing. Investigators say the theft occurred between September of 2007 and this summer. Several presidential candidates are courting voters in New Hampshire today. The event comes just a day before Democratic candidates face off in their first debate in Las Vegas.
Which could be interesting.
Yeah.
And as Don Champion reports, President Obama is weighing in on the presidential campaign.
New polls show Tuesday night's debate could be the most important one of Hillary Clinton's career. The latest CBS News poll shows only 35% of primary voters view her as honest and trustworthy. During an interview that aired Sunday on 60 Minutes, President Obama weighed in on Clinton's ongoing email controversy.
You know, she made a mistake. She's acknowledged it. I do think that the way it's been ginned up is in part because of politics.
Still, Democrats overwhelmingly believe Clinton has the best chance of winning the general election next year.
Get out of my way, will you?
But far more believe Vice President Joe Biden is more honest and trustworthy. When pressed on whether Biden might announce his candidacy, the president said this.
You know, I'm going to let Joe make that decision.
President Obama was more candid on Donald Trump. In the latest CBS News poll, 84% of voters believe the Republican frontrunner has strong leadership qualities.
He knows how to get attention. He's, you know, the classic reality TV character.
Trump will address undeclared voters in the key state of New Hampshire today, along with Clinton's biggest challenger, Bernie Sanders. Don Champion, CBS News.
And other Republican attendees at the No Labels Convention include Chris Christie, George Pataki, Lindsey Graham, and John Kasich. In Kentucky politics today, candidates for Attorney General will be squaring off this evening in their first televised debate. Democrat Andy Beshear and Republican Whitney Westerfield will appear on Kentucky Tonight with Bill Goodman. That'll be at 8 p.m. this evening on KET.
This morning, a new report is proposing some changes to Lexington's fire departments. Our partners at the Herald Leader report an independent consultant recommends that the city consolidate 2 downtown fire stations and possibly relocate 2 others. The city paid Public Safety Solutions, Inc. about $70,000 for the analysis. The company looked at population growth, fire response times, and maps the best locations for future fire stations in Fayette County. The study will be presented to the Urban County Council tomorrow. Well, it is a big week for UK sports, both on the gridiron and the hardwood.
The convergence of 2 major sports. The UK football team is gearing up for a rare Thursday night game at Commonwealth Stadium. Now remember, there are lots of parking restrictions for UK employees and students because of the game. The Cats will be hosting the Auburn Tigers on Thursday evening. We're looking live this morning at the stadium, which is ready for that clash on the gridiron. The kickoff is set for 7 o'clock, and it will be on ESPN. So there you go, a beautiful look at Commonwealth Stadium this morning. Then on Friday, the UK basketball team will take the court at Rupp Arena for Big Blue Madness. If you're not one of the fans camped out to get tickets for days, don't worry, the SEC will be showing that program. It will be that evening.
The Cats showed off some of their moves last night for the 2nd year in a row. Their practice last night was televised nationally, and I'm actually going to Big Blue Madness on Friday. It'll be my first time, so I'm excited.
All right, well, it is going to be fun.
Let the madness ensue.
It is quite the show, no doubt about it. 6:38 on WKYT this morning.
Let's get a check of traffic, see what's happening out there this morning.
Go to Officer Don with that check on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Hey, good morning. Well, there are no wrecks to deal with at the moment. That's great news. Police are running radar in a couple of places. I-75 south near the 111, and also on the circle between Nicholasville Road and Versailles Road on both the inner and outer loops this morning, just trying to make things a little safer for us, so be careful. Live look outside of Broadway and High Street, and on our Waze map, you can see things are quiet on the north side of town. Inbound, Newtown Pike, North Broadway, all clear for the moment. Georgetown Road at the circle looks good. That stalled car is now out of the way. Now back to you in the studio.
Everybody making a good ride in here on this Columbus Day morning. That should lighten up traffic a little bit with it being a federal holiday. A lot more coming up at 6:39.
It's a contest that draws competitors from around the country with a little tongue twister for a name. That contest itself isn't just the hardest thing.
Chilly this morning, afternoon feels really nice, and then we head off into the evening and night. That's when that chance of rain comes. I'll go hour by hour with you. Coming out next.